were stymied for 1 year on it. Then we got our hands on that. It's a coat hanger from one of your Tupolev airliners on the Moscow run. We got word that the machinings, you know, the metal shavings from the plane's wings, had been remelted, used to make coat hangers. These boys were able to determine the composition of the metal alloy in the hanger. From there, they calculated the plane's weight and the range with a full bomb load. This is where we tinker with sight and sound. No doubt your people have one of these.
Probably. What is it?
We call it the organ. Can we have a little concert, Pete?
I have all of Mr. Vlasov's tapes here, sir.
Sit down, Mr. Vlasov.
Anything special you wanted me to say, Mr. Davies?
Yeah. Tell him how it works, Pete.
The principle is quite simple. Human vocal cords can make about 50 different sounds, and these compose speech. We separate these sounds and then put them back together as it suits us. Technically, it's a bit more complicated.
Nice gadget, huh?
Very nice. We have one just like it.
I know. This is Aram Atomian, one of our cut and paste experts. Put together a slideshow you should see. Sit down. Remember that?
Of course. It's Philip Boyle, British intelligence. We met a few times in Turkey 3 or 4 years ago, both stationed in Ankara. I thought he was a very decent chap.
Did you know he'd given us your name for future reference?
Hmm?
According to Boyle, that photo was taken 17 July 1967 in Turkey near the Russian border. Say, Aram, you're Turkish, aren't you?
Armenian, sir. But I grew up in Turkey.
Yeah, that's right. Do you recognize that particular area?
Sure. My parents used to take us on outings to see Mount Ararat. Sort of a shrine for Armenians. That's it in the background. 16,500 feet high. It's where Noah landed with the Ark, you know.
Yeah. If he'd known he was going to be the father of the Soviet Navy, he'd have picked another mountain, huh? As we were saying, that shot of you and Boyle was taken in Turkey in 1967. Is that right?
Right.
And I think you're going to find this next shot fascinating.
Let me have the blow-up of this section. Notice that the peak is on the left in this shot. All right, Tom. Here's Ararat as seen from the Turkish side. Now the peak is on the right.
In that case, this picture couldn't have been taken in Turkey, as you said it was.
In fact, the Soviets used this same angle in their official tourist photo, with the peak on the left.
Your memory was a little out of focus, comrade. You didn't meet Boyle in Turkey. You met him in the Soviet Union. Now, just what was Philip Boyle, the #2 man in British intelligence, doing with you in the Soviet Union?
Why don't you ask Phil Boyle that?
It's a little late for that, I'm afraid. Boyle's vanished in a cloud of vodka. He's already in Moscow. I suppose that's a pretty good answer in itself. For the past 5 years, you and Boyle have been designing the biggest goddamn monkey wrench that's ever been tossed into the machine. And you broke a lot of good wheels, too, comrade. All right, Tom.